everyone. Welcome to yet another exciting edition of the Travel Pebble Gospel Show. My name is Modify, your host for the show, and of course, I am advising you to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Travel Pebble Gospel Zambia, and also follow us on Facebook. That's Travel Pebble Gospel Zambia. Today, I'm joined by one very talented lady. I am talking about Lukumo. She's a gospel artist, one that has been doing so much where music is concerned. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright. So glad to see you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you.
I'm here.
I was
I'm
actually
actually
saying it.
excited and nervous at the same
Oh,
time.
really? No, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure a good number of people are just familiar with you as a musician, you as a singer. Is there anything else that you do apart from that?
Well, I would say I'm about to graduate. I was in school. Yeah, and also I'm doing business here. Yeah.
Okay, so what were you studying? What are you studying?
Mass communication.
Mass comm. Wow,
Yeah.
that's something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we really can't wait to see how far your career will take you. Alright, so where were you raised? Where were you raised at? What place were you raised, and how were you raised?
How was I raised? Let me start with where.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was raised in Solwezi. Yeah. And raised in a Christian home. Yeah.
So both your parents were Christians.
Yeah, what?
From which church? Or
Evangelical. This is it. Though that is late. Yeah, so I would say I was raised by mom.
so when did your father die?
97.
1997.
Yes.
How old were you at that time?
I was a year old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's really sad. Okay, so raised by a single mother, how has it been like for you?
Oh, not easy. Yeah. But then a lesson I've learned from that, it was worth it, and yeah, I think I've learned to be strong through that.
Alright, so I'm chatting with Lukumo, who is a gospel artist, one lady that is making great impact where the industry, the music industry, or the ministry is concerned. So we'll take a short break, and then when we get back, let us talk more about her music and everything else that you'd love to know about her. And we are back, still with Lukumo as our guest on this episode. And she's told us briefly about herself and all the notable things that we can actually note about this very powerful lady. Now, tell us about your ministry. We know songs like Ayesu.
Yeah.
You also did is a Million Miles.
Yes.
I mean, these are the songs that I'm familiar with. And like I told you,
Yeah.
the time I was
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
for an interview, I said I'm going to interview Lukumo. No, I said, please ask her about Ayesu. What happened with that song? How did you just come up with it?
Wow. So it was in the studio when actually we were trying to bring out, that side of a life where you have so many questions in life, and yet Christ just comes through for you. Yeah. So we were like, oh, okay. Have you ever been in a situation where you feel like, I think this is it? You are losing hope. Like everything's just falling. Yeah. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, then my producer is really good. Yeah. So we were able to put up ideas on how best we can bring this out, and how it can be able to touch lives and give hope to people. Yeah.
So that's how it came about.
Yes.
So are you the composer of that song?
No.
Okay, it was written by somebody.
It was written by my producer.
By your producer.
Yes.
How did you get to meet a producer? How did he just get to believe in you so much so that you didn't give him music, say go and record this?
Well, I don't know how God does things,
Yeah.
but I too don't know how he just picked me, because I believe there are these other beautiful singers and they're so good, that how he just said, I want to record an album for you, I do not know.
Wow. Okay, that is really something. So tell us about the challenges you met. Here you are, you're Lukumo, people know you, ministers are calling you to just go and minister at their programs. So what are some of the challenges you faced as an individual and as an artist in general?
I think challenges that I have faced mostly was the fact that I was still in school, and finances, just being able to pay up everything that I have to make sure that, it's going through a smooth process. So like, things like paying for the recording sessions, you need to pay the guitarists, whatever it is that you need to do, you have to pay for it. Yeah. But I thank God that somebody came through for me. Also, before getting to the stage of somebody coming through to say, oh, okay, I can actually, I had been working with my brother in Solwezi. He was the one that actually recorded me first, though the first recordings couldn't, you know how it is. After some time, I think people get to see your determination. People get to see how hardworking you are. People get to see the passion that you put into something. Yeah. So by the grace of God, it has been not so easy, but
it is actually going on well. We praise God. All right. So fast forward, you're here, doing what you love most. But what are those things? What are those moments? When were those moments that you felt, okay, God has done it for me. This is a testimony, and I believe that I'm gonna get somewhere. So would you just share those with us? The greatest events of your life in general.
The greatest events of my life, 2016. 2016, I was here in Osaka, and it was my first time ministering in front of so many people. Yeah. But then, I was a bit discouraged. The very same day, I was discouraged, but God came through for me. So that day, I remember it was Gladys Mtalange's concert. Yeah. So we were put on the list with a sister friend of mine. We were put on the list, and yet we were called to minister around 0:45, when everybody is leaving and all that. But that was a time when, that was a time when God came through and, spoke through us, ministered through us. I remember people getting up. It was just something else. I couldn't even really feel what was going on at that moment, because that was the day I even spoke in tongues. Prayed in tongues and all that. So to me, after being in a process of disappointment, and also that period in life where you feel like everything has just failed. That was the day, and ever since I experienced that, my ministry, my life,
it just keeps getting better. Wow, we praise God for that. We really praise God for that. All right, we take another very short break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Stay with us. chatting with Lukumo. So, a lot of people would wonder. I mean, you're a young lady, you're beautiful, and you're God fearing. A marriage material. Are you married?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
You have a ring on your finger.
Well, yeah, I do.
So
I'm engaged.
you're engaged.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much of a support is this particular man in your life? How much of a support has he been to your ministry?
Wow. So much support that, sometimes I'm like, Ish, why me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I received so much support from him, and it's been an amazing journey with him so far.
So how long?
We're clocking in.
Okay, wow. All right, so you mentioned earlier before in the background that he's also into ministry.
Yes.
All right, so he's a man of God. Okay, so is that the reason why you feel this is just the environment for me?
One thing I know is that first things first is it's not about him being a man of God. It's how you relate. Yeah, I think it's how you relate, how you keep up, and then the environment comes in. Yeah. So yes, he's a man of God, but it's how we related, how how we share our friendship and all that. I think that's what mattered most to me. And him being a man of God
Just made everything
now
perfect.
comes to cover it all.
We call it destiny. Destiny.
Yeah.
All right, so of course you're gonna be a mother, one day in future. What advice would you give younger people as a mother one time when you get older? What really advice would you give younger people of this generation? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say the first thing that they have to do is set values in life. Your integrity as a woman is very, very, very important. Yeah. So, before you get to do certain things, put up certain values so that you don't get into a road that you might not even, come out of. In Kaonde we say, fumamo sa mema kenge kufika mkambo so.
Interpret.
Well, yeah, definitely. So, this tries to tell somebody to say, don't put yourself in a situation that will get you into, something so tense that you are not even able to come out. But if you're able to come out before
It's too late.
Yes. So, if you're able to put up values that will not get you into that situation, then you are good. But if you are into that situation already, be quick, be strong to come out before it's too late.
Wow. Okay, and as a woman of God, engaged to a man of God, what are some of the principles that you uphold? How do you uphold your integrity? Because we know we live in times when it is easy for one to be tempted, but how do you just run away from the world and say, I am a chosen generation, I am a child of God? How do you just, cut off from anything else?
So, it's not easy, but also you need to mind your surrounding, the people around you. Yeah. You need to, as possible as you can, run away from anything that can bring you down. Because if I'm falling apart, then my partner is falling apart as well. Not just that, the ministry as well. So I have to surround myself with people that will be of so much help to me. If I'm helped, then everything around me is also. Yeah.
All right, so can we get a freestyle? When I hear ISO right now.
Oh,
yes. You do that for us. You make us happy. Okay.
Wow.
You can do that for us.
Caught unaware. Okay.
Sure.
So, mendo yalema komana setifuna kuyenda ameso yanaka komana setifuna kuona mwanjebelele abana benu tabakalombe no wita peshina yenu akasango butusho.
The chorus.
Oh, Yesu, Yesu, samakangiwa. Yesu, Yesu, samakangiwa.
Wow, wow, wow. I just wanted to get that, honestly. You don't want to listen to it from TV, just want to listen to it live. Thank you so much for coming through. That's been an awesome interaction. I pray God blesses you, God blesses your ministry and everything that you lay your hands on. Yes, so this is where we end today's edition of the Tower Pamo Gospel Show. I was joined by Minister Lukumo today, and we got interactive. We talked about her family, we talked about her music, and I hope that as much as I've been blessed, you too have been blessed. Now remember to subscribe to Tower Pamo Gospel Zambia on YouTube. Also get to follow us on Facebook. My name is Modifa, and I'm your host. Stay blessed until next time. Shalom.